The Junior Iditarod is a 160-mile dog sled race that begins and ends in Wasilla, Alaska. But the real work begins long before any team crosses the starting line. Taking care of the dogs, running in 20 below weather, and camping in the dead of winter when it's so cold you think your bones will freeze. It's all worth it, though, for the amazing experience of running dogs and the opportunity to participate in the great event of the Junior Iditarod. Today it is 18 degrees below zero. At Happy Howl's Kennels, the dogs are ready to run. We pull out our equipment and get to work.
Sled bag isn't as long. That sled bag isn't quite as big. Yeah, if you use that, it'll help.
Hi, Matt.
The dogs are excited. They can see we're getting ready for a run. When the dogs are hooked up, they are so eager to go that they will pull the sled away if it's not tied up.
Some of the different parts, those are snow hooks, and she's clearing off the brake a little bit.
The weather was much warmer on our last run. There was a lot of overflow, water that goes over frozen rivers and lakes. The water has a lot of snow in it. It's like a slushy. The slush-like water gets frozen onto the drag, so I'm chipping it off with my snow hook. The other snow gets set, or hooked into the ground as a backup way to make sure the sled stays here while we hook up the dogs. The gang line is the main line that the sled and all the dogs are hooked to. Daryl's getting it ready.
Lining out the cables. Daryl, how many is Marie going to run today?
10 dogs.
10 dogs today.
This is her Iditarod.
This will be her Iditarod team, okay. Hopefully, if no injuries happen or anything. That's the lineup.
This is our lineup. It tells us which dogs will be on the team today and where they go. The dogs at the top are the lead dogs. The dogs on the bottom will go near the sled. They are the wheel dogs. It's good to switch all of the dogs around so that they don't get too used to being in one position.
Oh, it might pull me sideways.
Might pull you sideways.
Yeah, let's change that then. Let's put...
Well, you could drop Starry back there and put Reese next to Eagle.
Yeah, but Jabba will antagonize Stardust.
Oh. Well, put Eagle back there. Eagle and Jabba maybe. She's awfully small though.
Yeah, well let's put, I'll switch Obi and Anakin to the back. They can pull equally.
Yeah, they're both pretty strong.
I'm going to harness Milky. He will be running in swing position, which is just behind the lead dogs. All of the dogs want me to harness them, but Milky's the lucky guy. When I harness him, I put his head through first, and then gently fold his legs through their holes. It's important not to pull a dog's legs outward, because it will hurt them. Daryl is harnessing Reese, who is one of Milky's brothers. When I am finished harnessing Milky, I let him go, and he runs directly to his spot in line. Well, almost directly. I'm going to hook up Milky to his position and swing. The rest of the dogs really want to go. As soon as Milky's hooked up, I have to start bootying Reese. It's important to booty the dogs in this kind of weather, or their feet will get cut up on the icy snow. Right now I'm bootying Milky, who is being a very good dog. I brush the snow off of his paw first, or his foot will get cold inside of the booty. Even though it's for their own good, most of the dogs don't like to be bootied, but Reese's especially ornery about it. Which is why I've bootied him first. He's the one behind me jumping around, and that's how he acts when I booty him. Now I'm bootying Milky's back feet. Reese's still jumping around. In fact, all of the dogs are getting excited. I'd better hurry up and finish bootying. Here comes Daryl with Eagle. He has to guide her to the line, or else she'll run to the food shed and try to eat all of the food. I'm almost finished bootying Anakin. His brother, Obi-Wan, wants to see what's going on, but not as much as he wants to go. Poor Spandex doesn't get to go on the run. Neither does Nicatla. When I booty a dog, I make sure the Velcro is very tight around the wrist or ankle. And then I check to make sure that it won't fall off when we're on the run. Finally, I'm done. I make one last check of the line, and then we're ready to go. Get on the sled. Ready, guys, I say? Ready? All right. The day of the race has arrived. I'm nervous, but it's time to get things ready to go. Already we've taken the sled down and gotten the harnesses out. The dogs are in the dog boxes resting. We're waiting for the officials to come check my sled bag for all of the necessary equipment.
They're checking her sled bag.
Every junior Iditarod musher must have with him or her at all times the following items: a proper cold weather sleeping bag, proper cold weather clothes and boots, an axe, one pair of snowshoes with bindings, one headlamp and an alternate battery-powered light. I'm using another headlamp as my alternate light. 8 booties per dog. Some type of restraint to hold a dog in the sled basket. Matches or a lighter to start a fire. 3 stakeout cables or chains. A dog food cooker. 3 pairs of socks. Rain gear. 3 pairs of gloves. And 1 can of fire-starting fuel. This is in addition to all of the dog food and people food a musher must carry on the trail, in the event of an emergency, and also to use during the race.
Look at all that.
Are you going to be able to do and then she's got...
Sponsors are very important. They donate money to a musher so that he or she may buy equipment necessary to the race. My sponsors are listed on my sled bag.
They're getting dogs out now.
It's time to get the dogs out of their boxes. There's Sugar. She's excited to
They're
go.
ready to go.
There's Eagle. And that's Nicatla. Oh,
You got him out, huh?
Daryl just got Obie out of the box. Obie didn't really want to go. He was giving Daryl a little bit of
That was
help.
one of the workhorse dogs there. One of Martin Boober's puppies. Cold enough for you today?
Well, not as I appreciate how cold it is.
Yeah. Deacon Lou and I are working on.
Here are
confirmation
Anakin,
this year.
Binky, Jabba, Reese, and Rolo.
Marie among them. Peggy? Yeah, Peggy Nelson, yeah.
The K9 Fairies are a wonderful group of women who dress up to cheer on the dog teams and get a few laughs. They were one of my major sponsors this year. They raised enough money, $600, for me to get my own sled.
From the Deacon's attic. I'll go over to Connect Lake then too.
My takeoff time draws near. We've already begun to harness the dogs. Even with all of the people around, it's important for me to remain focused on my race.
Oh, does she?
The sled is checked, packed, and ready to go. We've got it tied to the back of the truck. The gang line is all lined out and ready for dogs to be hooked up. On a race day, we booty the dogs at the truck. We want to wait to hook them up till the last possible moment. Otherwise, they will get so excited that they will wear themselves out. I am booting Rolo right now. He will be my main leader throughout the race.
Yeah. I guess I forgot.
I move on, taking special care with each dog I booty. Booties often fall off on a run, but I want to try to avoid that for my race.
They don't like booties.
As I'm bootying my dogs, other teams are getting ready too. It's my friend Ellie's birthday today. She's turning 16.
I think we're okay. Okay, thanks, Cheryl. We might, but I don't think so. Okay.
Ellie has had dogs for almost 7 years, and she's basically gonna develop her own thing. These guys are really getting lined out, ready to go.
Instead of all starting at once, Each team goes one after another. The extra time is subtracted from the layover, or resting time, in Yetna Station. I'm number 10, so I'm the 10th musher to leave Settlers Bay, our starting point in Wasilla. We pull up to the starting line. The dogs know what's up, and they're ready to go. As always, I make one last check up the line to make sure everything's all right. Obi's line is twisted, so I unhook it, untwist it, and rehook it. I give Rolo and Binky one last pat, and then get on my sled and wait for the starter to yell go. I'm about to embark on my second junior Iditarod, 160 miles of sometimes grueling trails. We will be out there for hours, just me and the dogs. Fun and excitement, and perhaps difficulty as well, await us. Even though this fantastic adventure lies before us, I'm a little sad, for the first adventure is over. The first adventure that is the work before.